I believe for every drop of rain that falls, a flower grows.
Thanks, Maria, for having me and for inviting me into this reflection about the work that I've done with you. It's been varied and it's been, um, number one, I would say, very authentic. Everything that I've done with you, either as when we started out in similar communities and found our way to each other through some opportunities and through some things in my own life that I was moving through that you were able to advise and guide me on. And it was kind of a moment where I felt when we were needing a realtor that it was kind of a no-brainer to connect back with you because Maria, what I feel with you is that you are in real estate to use your gifts to also get what we need and what is aligned for us. And that feels very authentic to me. And it feels very much like I'm not just getting a salesperson. I'm not just getting someone who is trying to make money. I'm getting someone who is also very aligned to the work that they are meant to be doing. And in my experiences with you with real estate, what I found really helpful and really important too is that you are a resource hub for so many things, not just real estate, but just you're really powerful at brainstorming and um, not just from one side, but from like where I was at, you were able to meet me where I was at and kind of build from that perspective, which is helpful because you don't ever want to be like completely overwhelmed. You do a really good job at meeting people where they're at. Um, I would also say that, and this might not come up in a lot of reviews for real estate, but you bring humor in a way that is really needed throughout a process that can be a bit stressful or can have pinch points. And you really know how to use humor to lighten a space, lighten a conversation, and yeah, just bring some warmth to our hearts. But I would say one of the hallmarks of working with you, Maria, in a real estate function is the compassion and perspective that you bring. And I have felt very lifted by you through compassion because when we're when we're making big decisions around real estate, there's always points where you feel uncertainty and you feel like um, you're just unsure. And you bring that sense of compassion to every part of your work from, the searching and finding to the questions that come up to the who could I possibly work with to do that? Or is that even a possibility? And you always bring that feeling of, yes, it's possible. And you search for that with us, and that has always kind of felt like I said, like you feel like you're held throughout the process. um and let's see, one of the other things I just wanted to mention about working with you is that you help to humanize a lot of the difficult things that we move through. So when I say humanize, I mean it's really human to get nervous about things. It's really human to feel like you don't know what to expect. It's really human to feel like overwhelmed. And Like I said, you bring that humor into that. You bring the feeling of like, um, this is all kind of normal, and bring that feeling of we're moving through this together, where you really feel that you are holding a space for us as we move through the the deal, the real estate deal. So I would say those are the things that are most notable from working with you, Maria.
Yes, thank you. Because you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, every deal has its own life and its own personality, and you don't know what that's going to be until you're already in the transaction. And then
Right,
there's, different things that'll come up. And then even afterwards, looking at, okay, now the house is closed, you know, making sure that everything is how you thought it was going to be, doing the walkthrough, checking things out, um, and then, you know, getting someone in to, like in your case, do some floors and do some painting and um, ended up doing some work in the bathroom. So, being able to have some extra support and connections along
right,
the way in the deal, and then afterwards, as you're kind of moving through different decisions on, um, how much to do in a house,
right.
depending on how long you're going to be there.
Hmm. Yeah, and what are the things that will bring value, not just later on, but right now?
Yes.
What will bring the value and really make the place feel like home, but also be functional and all those things. But yeah, like looking at value, like having those conversations about value was very um, helpful for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it can be overwhelming.
Hmm.
It doesn't seem like a lot until you're actually doing
Yeah, that's completely overwhelming.
it.
To feel like you actually have somebody, um, you want to go fast, you do it alone. You want to do it great, you do it together. And that
Mhm.
that is definitely how it feels when working with you, for sure.
Mm, Thank you. I really appreciate your feedback. It's always interesting to hear like a different, other perspectives of the same situation,
Oh yeah, for sure.
because the way I see it is not the way that you're seeing it or feeling it or moving through it, because
Hmm.
it's not, I'm on the other end of it facilitating it. I'm not the one living it.
Right. Hmm.
Thank you so much, Sally. I appreciate it.
Thanks for this opportunity, Maria.